God is always generous. He is indelibly ever-giving. So much so that he makes the sun rise on the vile and virtuous. He sends rain to the crooked and the saintly. It is his very nature to pour out. Ancient theologians viewed the Trinity in an eternal, circular dance, overflowing goodness and love from each other to heaven and to earth. For those who do not understand the generosity of God, well, this truth can be rather frustrating. How he pays those who worked an hour the same who labored all day. How he lavishes wayward sons and daughters when they stagger back home. How he welcomes scoundrels into paradise at the 11th hour. It's perfectly maddening, really. And if that wasn't enough, God's generosity may not look how we want it to look. It may not be the cash and prizes we're hoping for. However, his abundance will be in concert with our current time and season. This means if you are in a time of mourning or loss, God's generosity looks quite different than when you're in a time of blessing. He will be generous, but in things like nearness, comfort, and sharing of sorrows. Or, let's say you're in a time of preparation. God, then, will be generous in his pruning and process, as there are simply some withering aspects of ourselves that must be cut off to make space to bear fruit. Or if you're in a season of hiddenness, God will be generous, but in things like patience and revelation. And, of course, if you are in a season of blessing, then yes, God will commonly be giving in finances and inheritance. Our job, beloved, is not to be envious of another's season, or even to desire expediency during a challenging time of our own. Our simple work is to discover where God has us and to identify what he longs to give us in our current season. Do not despise the rhythm of our Savior, beloved. His cadence. Or the story he has for you. Is he not allowed to do what he chooses with what belongs to him? Or do you begrudge his generosity?